Hello and welcome again to another edition of Sideline Chats. I'm your host, Tim Azevedo, along with my co-host, Rob Maltoni. How you doing?
Good. Welcome back.
It's been a long time.
Yep. And somehow we made it back, and we changed it up a little bit.
Yeah.
We're having some Simply Spiked peach mango. We're going fruity today.
I'm going with the high noon.
High noon? Well,
Not very many people like this one, the tequila, but Laura loves them, so we're getting the tequila high noons.
Nice. What flavor is that?
Grapefruit.
Oh, we have a fruit flavor going on today.
So it's been a long time. The last time we had an episode, the Giants haven't even started their season, but we'll get on to baseball a little bit later. We're going to start off with NFL news.
Yep, NFL news.
Right out the gate, 49ers finally signed Brock Purdy.
The man got paid. He's going to go buy a bass boat.
Yeah, 5 years, $256 million.
Largest contract in 49ers history.
Yeah, he's like seventh on QB.
I think he's like,
signing
if you continue, because it's an extension, so I think it works out to about 45 million or 46 million. So he's like in the top 15.
Okay.
And paid.
Yeah.
For QBs. And
he's got 181 guaranteed, 165 for the first 3 years. It's kind of awesome.
Yep, I think he has enough money to buy a bass boat manufacturer if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Not just one.
And a lake. You can buy a few lakes.
A few of them, yep.
Yeah, I think he
deserves it.
Yeah, my perception of him is he is a top 10 quarterback, and there was some distractions with him not having a contract, so now he can move on.
Yeah, I think he's a lot of people said he's a top 10 quarterback in the Shanahan offense.
Okay.
So he might just work out in like a Shanahan offense or McVay or maybe your guy over there in Miami.
Right.
Ryan.
Yep.
I forget his name. I just know him as Ryan.
Yep.
Ryan's twin.
Also, George Kittle signed another contract. That was kind of touch and go for a little bit.
Yeah, but unlike the 49ers of recent, they got everything done in May this time and not after training camp.
Right. So they had like there was some speculation that there might have been some turmoil because he didn't show up for the Purdy conference or anything like that. And he's like, no, I'm on vacation.
Yeah, he likes to. I mean, these guys get a lot of money. He wants to travel, so
right.
I don't read into any of that.
We did lose Debo, and Juszczyk was gone for a minute.
For 4 days.
Yeah, and then he came back and they signed him again.
Yep, 2 years, $8 million.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yep.
And then Aaron Banks.
He is a Green Bay Packer now, so we'll have to ask the Swifties how he's doing.
That's crazy. Yeah, so they have a lot of questions on their defense and their offensive line, but they just went ham on their picks for the draft.
Yeah, they Robert Saleh got his way, and I think the first out of the first 5 picks, I think 4 of them were on the defensive side.
Yeah, they're all right here.
Yep.
Mikael Williams was their first overall, the 11th pick.
Yep.
And then Alfred Collins.
Big boy.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
Big guy.
Nick Martin, a linebacker.
Shout out to Nick Martin, not the one that I work with. He did not get drafted.
You still got to come to work on Monday.
Yeah, I texted him like, hey, congratulations. You are a San Francisco 49er. He sent that to his manager, but unfortunately he had to show up and report to work Monday.
That's awesome. And then Upton Stout, another cornerback. So they got some big guys. It's just...
They got one more big boy. I forget his name, but he's another biggin on the defensive side.
So it's going to be that. I mean, they had a pretty rough season, 6-11 last year. Hopefully, they kind of shore up their offensive line and give Purdy a little bit more time.
Well, I mean, the way I look at it is, if any team lost Christian McCaffrey,
right,
and Debo, he's gone, but he's not really a receiver. He's more of a gadget.
Well, and then their other guy that just signed, and then
Brandon Ayuk tore his ACL. So they just, and then they had somebody get shot. Two kids of the Niners players passed away. It was just a rough season last year.
So I think they're going to be geared up to have a pretty good season.
Yeah, we got the last place schedule. So
yeah, that's awesome.
I think we're going. I think we're getting 12 wins this year.
My Dolphins have a pretty easy schedule too, so we might actually make the playoffs this year.
Buffalo.
Moving on, Tush Push. They spent some weeks deliberating. The owners met, and the vote was 22-32 to keep the tush push. They needed 24 votes. Actually, I'm sorry, 22 teams voted against it, and they needed 24 teams to. So it was kind of crazy. They were trying to figure out if that was even a football move or anything. Jerry Jones, I'm paraphrasing, but he said he wasn't against the play. He just wanted to stop the Eagles.
Well, that's one way to do it, right?
At least he's honest.
The way I look at it is, I don't agree. I mean, they had a rule back in the day where you couldn't push the offensive player.
Right.
But the problem is, if you look at it, when defensive tackle players, there's more than one person tackling them, and they're pushing each other.
Right.
So I have a way of stopping this. I don't know if you saw the defensive lineman that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers drafted this year.
Well, he's a big guy.
They got a big guy that's about 400.
He's a sumo wrestler.
About 410 pounds.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
And another guy that's about 380 or 390. Yeah. You put those guys up there, good luck pushing big boys out of the way.
Yeah, so the 10 teams that did vote to keep it were obviously the Eagles, and then we got Ravens, Browns, Lions, Jags, Dolphins, Pats, Saints, Jets, and Titans.
See, where I don't see why. I mean, I see the Eagles, I see the Ravens. That makes sense, right? The Browns, I mean, their quarterback room's a mess. We'll get to that later.
Dolphins are the king of gadget plays.
Yeah, the Lions.
Wildcat.
I don't think Jared Goff is in any condition to run that with getting a concussion.
No.
The Jets don't have a quarterback. The Saints don't have a quarterback. I mean, this is ridiculous.
I don't think they were voting to use the play. I think they were just voting because it seems like a fair play.
Yeah.
But
I think what's the only thing that's unfair about it is you could call offsides on both teams every play.
Yeah.
Right or wrong.
Yeah.
But
they do line up.
They're offsides.
You got hands crossing each other on the line, and helmets are crossing each other.
And it always seems like the center moves.
Right.
But then the guard,
center can move.
But like the guard or somebody right next to him moves right before him.
Yeah.
So
you can do that on almost any play.
Really. The center has to move first.
Well, I'm saying you can see that movement almost every play. I get pissed off every year I see that.
Your number one pet peeve is when the left tackle start stepping backwards.
They go back and they almost fall over, and then they hike the ball and they never call it. Do you feel like that's false start?
That's false start.
Yeah, thank you.
You cannot move before the ball is snapped.
We're jumping all over the place, but Steelers dropped Russell Wilson. They didn't want to pick him up for another because he's just a cancer in the clubhouse.
Yeah, I don't blame them.
He got picked up by the Giants. So Steelers they drafted a rookie, Will Howard. And they are still waiting to see what Aaron Rodgers wants to do. If he's coming out of his...
Hot news is I think Aaron Rodgers is on
retire.
his ayahuasca retreat.
Right, so we'll wait till he's done.
And the ayahuasca is telling him that he does not need to play anymore because his helmet is no longer legal.
I agree. You got anything NFL related before we move on?
No, it's pretty funny though. The leading into the news that we have coming up, the quarterback room that they are assembling over in the Cleveland. They just need to sign Tucker, the kicker, and he'll fit right in that and that whole whirlwind they got going on in Cleveland.
That moves us on to I'll drink to that.
We will be drinking to that.
I'll drink to that.
Go ahead and pour them up, buddy.
Pour them up?
Yeah, so what's the news that we got for I'll drink to that?
Oh. You want to pour them up? I'll read the news off.
Okay, there you go.
I wrote this down. So we're going way back when in the time machine because we haven't talked to you nice folks here in a while. Shedeur Sanders had probably one of the biggest falls in modern day NFL history in the draft.
Right.
Rumor has it he was going to be a top 10 pick. And then ESPN said there's no way he's making it out of the first round. And then he got we're going in the way the news works. He got a prank call from Falcons defensive coordinator Jeff Albrecht's son,
saying, "How would you like to
play for the Atlanta Falcons? You'll just have to wait a little bit."
And he was
hung up.
live streaming the phone call.
Yeah, and they were both live streaming because Shedeur had his live stream going, and then old boy had his live stream.
So that's
going.
how they knew it was a prank.
I guess. I don't know. Cool. Somehow, right?
So, Shedeur
ended up going in He waited till pick 144 in the 5th round. Yeah. And you are a Cleveland Brown, sir. Have fun in that quarterback room.
Congratulations.
Do the opposite of Watson.
All right. That's pretty good.
Crown Royal Vanilla never lets us down.
Moving on, we got NHL news. San Jose Sharks finish up their season dead last. It was the worst season they've ever had. 20 wins, 50 losses, and 12 ties.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah, there's 2 teams left in the play. Or I'm sorry, they're moving on to the conference finals. There's 4 teams left. We got the Panthers versus the Hurricanes. They're up. The Panthers are up 2-0 right now. And Edmonton Oilers are playing the Stars, and the Oilers lost their first game. Oh.
Again, that's will lead into this next segment. Rob doesn't give a shit about hockey.
Nobody cares about this news here.
This is real news right here. News nobody cares about. Dun, 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 dun.
Fantasy football update.
Fantasy football?
Oh, yeah.
You've been drinking.
Fantasy baseball.
Fantasy baseball. We have a family fantasy baseball league.
What's the name of it?
The Sandlot.
The Sandlot.
And let's just go over how the league's going.
I am in...
You, my friend...
are in 6th place.
You are, yep.
Single A at best.
Grab some pie meat, which I believe is Mike.
That is Mike.
He is number 1.
He's the administrator, or what is it?
He's the one that put the whole league together. So
suspect physics.
We are gonna have to have a look into this, there, Mike.
Surprise second though.
I think there's some collusion going on.
Surprise second. No longer an A's fan.
Chad. I think he's just gotten lucky with some of his matchups.
And then you're coming in 3rd place.
Fast Rob. You know, we're doing our thing.
And then way down in 9th place, we've got the curveball, Laura.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh God.
She is so upset about 9th place. She's like, this sucks. I don't even want to play anymore.
I think the biggest surprise is big hitter Kaylee in 7th.
7th, and then Ryan is
let's just get this right. Wilmer Flores lover.
Yeah.
He calls himself Web Jams, but it should be the Wilmer Flores lovers.
Yeah, he's in last place.
He's in last.
So
let's go over the matchups this week real quick, because we have some interesting ones on news nobody cares about. This week, as of today, at this recording at noon. So mind you, we're Friday at noon.
Right.
Fast Rob's leading La Silva 7-3. Some interesting matchups here. Laura and Tim, battle of the house.
Yeah.
Tim's winning 5-4.
Not because I want to.
And then battle of the other house, Kaylee and Ryan. Ryan's got a 6-2 lead. Everybody else is just hanging in there.
Hanging in there, pretty much.
Yep. Real close.
All right. NBA news. Warriors season was cut short due to Curry's hamstring.
Yep. Batman got hurt.
Yeah. He's getting old. I think that's probably what happened there.
Yeah, he's getting old.
And
unfortunately,
man, hamstrings you can't come back from in a short amount of time. So I kind of knew he wasn't going to be back.
Well, the problem was he's never dealt with one. If it was his ankle or something,
So obviously he's going to have to learn some new stretch routines. But pretty sure they'll sign Batman or Robin to another.
He signed already.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he signed right when he came over.
Oh, okay.
So he'll be back. Hopefully we get Giannis.
Yeah, that'd be well. They're gonna say no to that because they have to give the whole team to get him. So that's just a pipe dream.
Oh, there's a way to get him.
Yeah.
You sign Jonathan Kuminga to a max deal.
Yeah, and then trade him.
And then do a sign and trade with him and some other players, and you might be able to work the numbers out. We just won't have a bench.
There you go. Yeah.
This was the best news that I've ever seen. Lakers out in the first round.
Yeah, what happened there? They were supposed to be this powerhouse.
Well, I can tell you what happened. It's real simple. LeBron James is 40 years old. He doesn't like to play defense.
He doesn't like to get hit with like wind punches.
Yeah, flop. And that'll lead us into the next one. But let's touch back on the Lakers.
Yeah.
Luka does not like to play defense. I was watching one of the games that series, and it was literally...
He just lets him go to the rim.
No, it was literally 3-on-5 because you have Luka and LeBron arguing with the referee in the backcourt, and the other team's on the other side of the floor scoring points. So what are we really doing
like
here?
Their signature move is running back the court with their hands like, come on.
Well, they weren't even running. They were standing there in a Draymond Green style debate.
So right now we got the Western Conference Finals going on. OKC leads Timberwolves 2-0.
Talking about another flopper. Shane Gillis and Alexander, I think is his name.
Yeah.
SGA.
Yeah.
He might be better at flopping than LeBron.
It's so dumb. It's getting ridiculous.
I mean, if you blow on him, he falls down.
I think OKC's going to sweep that one, and then
I think it's going to be OKC and the Pacers in the finals, and nobody's going to care about the finals, so it will be the lowest viewed finals yet again.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
I totally agree. I think the Pacers might actually upset this. I hope, because Kevin's got some money on it, but.
I don't think the Knicks are going to do anything.
No, they got Pacers versus the Knicks, and they played the first game, and the Pacers won that in overtime by a lot.
Yeah. Well, and then you have the Knicks player. What's that big dude on the Knicks? Number 32?
Karl Anthony Towns.
I was right. All right. We're back. So if you're watching this game, Karl Anthony Towns is a kind of a big guy, you know?
Oh, yeah.
But he plays like a little...
Biatch.
Yeah, a little female dog is what I like to call him. He's just a little soft. He doesn't have that like Steven Adams in him, you know, or Draymond Green in him.
Yeah.
He's a tough guy when nobody watches.
So now, we got that.
What about some MLB news?
Let's move on to baseball. This is what we're here for.
This is what we really care about.
Giants are coming out of the gate swinging. They did pretty good. After their first 50 games, they're in second place by 2 games. They got Dodgers, Giants, Padres, D-Bags, and the Rockies.
Yep. If you're betting on MLB, any team that is playing the Rockies, go ahead and just money line it or bet the spread of plus 1.5 because the Rockies are a AAA organization.
They have won 8 games.
That's impressive. You have to try to lose that many games.
And they won 2 off the Giants, so that's good.
Well, you know, we had our hiccups.
One of the big hiccups that I want to talk about is Adames.
Well,
$182 million, and he's hitting .214.
Yep. I was talking to my buddy about this. Adames is very, very streaky.
I think he needs to not be a home run hitter and just be a contact hitter because he's got warning track power at the park.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's playing it.
He's not big enough.
Yeah. He's a little man.
Jung Ho Lee is the comeback king. He's what's he got? He's 53 hits, 6 home runs, and he's batting .276 already.
Now that's something I can drink to.
Yeah, that guy is on fire. I love his approach to the plate. He just tries to slap the ball and get it in play.
So the real problem, before we move on, the real problem with the Giants right now, as we speak,
they can't hit left-handed pitching.
They can't hit left-handed pitching. And I said this in the offseason. You can't go into the season with Lamont Wade and Wilmer Flores as your first baseman because you need a DH every day.
Yeah.
And the problem is we're looking for players like Yaz, who's been hitting good. We're looking for players like Lamont Wade.
Well, the problem with Lamont Wade is I think they figured him out.
Yeah, I mean, he's just not hitting right now.
He's like doing this uppercut swing instead of like a flat swing. So he's just
popping everything up.
And it's just not looking good.
And the other real issue is Patrick Bailey is a great defensive catcher.
But he can't hit.
But he's a switch hitter and can't hit from either side.
He just hit his first home run this season.
That's breaking news.
So the surprise of the season, I know you don't want to hear this, but Wilmer Flores has just been amazing.
Yes, he's been great for the first part of the season, but he has a lot of 0 for 4s.
But he's got 10 home runs already.
Yeah,
he's leading
I hear
the majors.
I've heard about all 42 RBIs, all 10 home runs from Ryan Kapersky.
He's batting .257 right now.
.257. Yeah. He's looking good so far, but my rule with Wilmer is let's see what he does for a couple months because I still do not trust this guy as far as I can throw him.
And then my slump buster guy that I'm wanting to get out of this thing is Matt Chapman. He is. I'm really not liking what I'm seeing from him.
Yeah.
He hits a lot of pop-ups. Did you notice that?
I honestly haven't been able to. I've been listening to the games a lot because I've been on the road or watching them half-assed.
He's on track for like 75 RBIs, which is, you kind of want to hit that 100 mark. So he needs to kind of step it up a little bit. He's only got 38 hits, so he's striking out a lot and popping up a lot. And for a third baseman, you kind of want more production.
Yeah, I agree. I do agree with that one. But hopefully the Giants can find some hitting. I'm so happy. I know it didn't make your news notes. I am so happy I do not have to watch Jordan Hicks go out there and give up a 5 spot every first inning. I mean, I don't even know what to do with that guy. But you put him in the bullpen. He gave it up the other night again. I mean,
did they DFA him or
no? He's a bullpen arm now. Okay. But I mean, he's one of the most expensive bullpen arms we have.
I know they did DFA VR. I was kind of upset about that because I kind of like the guy, but
but he can't play first base either.
Right.
He can't keep his foot on the bag. I mean, this is little league stuff at some point.
Yep.
And then Justin Verlander, he is now hurt, so I'm guessing that's Kyle Harrison.
Yeah.
So we'll have Kyle Harrison and Birdsong back in the starting rotation like we were talking about on this last episode.
I thought the Verlander sign was horrible anyways.
Yeah.
He's kind of washed up.
Well, the Giants aren't doing anything to help the guy. They don't score any runs, and it seems like he's...
Well, you could say that with Webb, too.
He's pitched good in every outing almost, right? And the bullpen gives the game up.
Yeah, but he gives up like 1 or 2 runs in the first 1 or 2 innings, and that's, they just need to learn how to lock in.
We should be able to score. The other problem is, I don't know if you noticed this, some games we score 11 runs.
Yeah.
And then we'll come back the next day, and we won't score one. Yeah. So when we do hit, we hit in streaks.
Well,
so this is a streaky
like the quote
team.
in our living room, it says yesterday's home runs don't win today's games.
That's the best. The Dodgers. The Dodgers need to take some of that advice because didn't they just get swept by the Angels?
Yeah, they did. That was awesome.
Thank you, Angels. And some pretty cool news. When I was out, I got to see our little Giants play over in Sacramento.
Oh, that's
that was
awesome.
Pretty sick.
Oh yeah, the ballpark there.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. The A's ballpark. They did some upgrades. It's pretty cool.
The A's that lost to the Dodgers last week, 19-2.
Yeah. But as I was there, I got to see the Angels shortstop play.
Oh, that's cool.
I don't know his name off the top of my head. I'm having a blank, but...
And then Trout's out already.
I picked him up on my fantasy team, and he has been killing it.
All right, guys. I think that's going to do it for this episode. Sorry it took so long. We're trying to get another episode out a little bit sooner next time.
Yep, we'll be doing another episode here very soon, and hopefully we have our co-host, Chad. Don't call him Jamie.
Yeah, he's a little under the weather today.
Yeah, I think he's on assignment, as we like to say. I think he's on assignment. Rumor has it he has explosive diarrhea. Drank a little bit too much of Crown last night. So.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Tune in, hit that subscribe and like button. Tell your friends, tell your grandma.
Yep, tell your sisters, your aunties.
All right, we'll see you next time.